Mike Huckabee, this is an attempt to destroy Donald Trump. In this video, we discuss the ongoing anti-Trump witch hunt conducted by the Department of Justice and its potential impact on the upcoming Republican primary. With the entry of former Trump Vice President Mike Pence and Trump critic 𝗧 Christie into the race, the GOP field is growing more competitive. We analyze the different cases of Pence and Christie and explore how their campaigns may influence the primary. Additionally, we examine the effect of possible indictments on Donald Trump's popularity within the Republican Party and the country as a whole. Join us for an insightful discussion on this important political topic. Welcome to our channel, where we delve into the latest political developments and analyze their impact. In today's video, we focus on the never-ending anti-Trump witch hunt orchestrated by the Department of Justice and its potential repercussions on the Republican primary. With the entry of former Trump Vice President Mike Pence and Trump critic 𝗧 Christie into the race, the GOP field is becoming more crowded. Let's dive into the conversation and examine the dynamics at play. So how will the DOJ's never-ending anti-Trump witch hunt impact the Republican primary, especially now that the GOP field is growing with former Trump Vice President Mike Pence jumping in and Trump hater 𝗧 Christie joining the race? I think we have two different cases here. Mike Pence was the vice president, which adds a certain level of significance to his candidacy. On the other hand, 𝗧 Christie left office with a dismal approval rating and seems to have entered the race with the sole intention of attacking Trump. Not a particularly inspiring campaign slogan, if you ask me. Indeed, it's a one-man race for the GOP nomination, and if you're anyone not named Trump, DeSantis has a huge mountain to climb. All the other candidates face an uphill battle. If I were one of the other campaigns, I would hope that 𝗧 Christie throws punches and says things I don't want to say, just to narrow the gap. But, unfortunately, when I hear 𝗧 Christie, all I can think of is that beach picture, and you just can't unsee it. Absolutely. It's like the Obama hug during the Romney race, you can't forget about it. And let's not even get started on Bridgegate, although I believe that case was eventually tossed out on appeal. Governor, do you see any of these candidates making headway? And what impact do you think an indictment, if it happens, would have on Donald Trump's popularity within the Republican Party and the country at large? I believe Donald Trump's popularity would only increase if there were an indictment. People see what's going on, they're not stupid. They understand that this is an attempt to destroy Donald Trump personally, so that they don't have to deal with him politically. And I think they're making a huge mistake. Everything they've done so far has backfired. It's almost like watching a Roadrunner cartoon, where Wile E. Coyote continues to use ACME dynamite that just doesn't work. I couldn't agree more with my friend here. 𝗧 Christie is in this race not because he has a vision for the presidency like many other candidates, but because he's a bitter old guy who is angry at Donald Trump. Let's not forget that it was 𝗧 Christie who urged Trump to appoint Christopher Wray as FBI director, and we know how that turned out. If there's any reason we can't trust 𝗧 Christie's judgment and wouldn't want him in the White House, just remember Christopher Wray. As we conclude this conversation, it's clear that the DOJ's anti-Trump witch hunt will have significant implications for the Republican primary. While candidates like Mike Pence and 𝗧 Christie enter the race with different backgrounds and motivations, the impact of their campaigns on the GOP field remains to be seen. Furthermore, the possibility of indictments and their effect on Donald Trump's popularity looms over the political landscape. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis on this developing story.